Hey, this is Sam Black with my first match with post Loam stuff and Legacy. I am on the play, and I have a hand that doesn't necessarily do a lot, but has Mox Diamond, which I consider to be a significantly valuable card, and Top, which I'm trusting will be able to find some more action. So I'm going to keep this. And it's best to play Glimmer Post after a Cloud Post has already been played, as you gain more life that way. So I'm going to try to not discard it to Mox Diamond, but also not play it immediately. My inclination is to discard Forest as a... Well, I guess I can just discard second Bayou and play the Bayou and Mox Diamond. I would really like my opponent to wasteland me, so I want to give them the option. I don't think that they will when I have a Mox Diamond in play, but since I'm land heavy, even for what I am, getting my opponent to use a wasteland would be great. So I'm going to play this. I think that I should keep the Forest in case my opponent tries to Blood Moon me, which wouldn't be terribly effective anyway because I have Mox Diamond, but I don't see any reason that I would need a second Bayou. So I'm going to play Mox Diamond. I led with the Bayou before the Mox Diamond, I guess for no good reason. I guess it was just out of habit playing around days, but since my opponent doesn't have a land in play, that's not something that could be done either way. So it would be better, I guess, to lead with the Mox Diamond, as it gives my opponent the least information when deciding if they want to force a will the Mox Diamond. So I guess that was a small mistake. Very unlikely to matter. It's also possible that I should have played the top before playing the land, in case that informs my opponent's decision on countering the top. I will be shocked if this hits. My opponent did a good job of naming a card that is a 4 in my deck. I would like to draw Crucible of Worlds, then Expedition Map, then Glacial Chasm, I believe. There's an argument for drawing Map first, but I think I want the Crucible, so... maybe I didn't want this yet. Yeah, I guess I should have drawn the map first because I could play it and then not have to use it. So I can't play Crucible and play the land from it right now. I guess that's fine. I can just play it. If my opponent kills it, I don't get the value of getting to play the Bayou. No, I don't like that. I think mistakes have been made at this point. I have to decide if I want to top into the map and play it, just to get it into play. Which I don't think I do. I think I just pass. But yeah, I should have drawn the Expedition map and left the Crucible on top and played the map. And not planned to crack it, I think. Veteran Explorer. So now my opponent's going to Cabal Therapy and make me discard the Primeval Titan. I don't have basic lands to get, I believe. So do I want to shuffle? I guess I should top and then decide if I want to shuffle based on my third card down, because I'm not doing anything else with the mana. I'm losing the Primeval Titan. So the question is whether map is better than getting 3 new random cards. I just have to make sure that there's only one basic land in this deck, which I believe is the case, but there is another forest. Okay, well, in that case, sorry about that, so I can get a forest, so I think that makes it worth just shuffling. Now I've unnecessarily exposed my Crucible to discard because of... Interesting. Well, I definitely don't want Emrakul just yet, but Thought Not Seer is pretty good. Siege Rhinos and a Green Sun Zenith. Well, Siege Rhinos are actually pretty good against Thought Not Seer, but I can't stop my opponent from having them, so I'll just take this Green Sun Zenith. I guess I should have looked at my... I should have used the top before playing the Crucible. Interesting. I think I want the crop rotation. I don't think I'm close to being able to post into Emrakul, so I don't think I want to try to do that. I think I'm on trying to make Merit Lage. Although the possible solution to this situation of looping Glacial Chasm with Crucible may also need to be considered, although that does cost me lands, so I'd need an exploration to be able to keep it up. I am on a short clock. Alright, so let's start by taking another look. None of these things help me. That gives me a free shuffle, which I like. Alright, well that's Dark Depths and Thespian Stage. Can I get all this to happen in time? So I draw one of them. I think what has to happen is I have to draw one of them and play one of them. Or draw one. Take 8. Draw one of them. Swap the top to get the other one. And then crop rotation for Glacial Chasm to buy time to assemble the combo. And I think that I theoretically have time to do it if I do things that way. Because just making a 20/20 right here doesn't do me any good. I'm not going to need all my mana, so I might as well look. Dark Depths on top. So now I need to activate this to look at 3. And then in response to that, swap this. And then, so with this still in the stack, cast this. Get rid of Glimmer Post so that I can get another life gain trigger on it in the future. Maybe keep it so that my next Glimmer Post that I find is gaining more life. That's probably better. So I guess I'll just sacrifice a forest. Since I think this is the land I'm going to be replaying in general. So get this into play. Now I have to sacrifice another land. I still think I just sacrificed another forest. Now I get to look at 3 cards at the top. Those aren't great. And I think I pay 2 life and go to 1. Because I can't afford to replay this turn because I have to play this. Now I'm going to be spending 3 mana, but I can still play the top and do everything I need to do here. So now I make this a copy of Dark Depths. I keep this one. I get that thing. I'll use top. I have to play Glacial Chasm next turn, so there's no reason to draw a land. So now I can't attack while Glacial Chasm is in play, and I obviously can't pay 4 life. So we sacrifice this, and now we attack, and we're going to ignore Garrick. And now I play Glacial Chasm from my graveyard to protect myself from my opponent attacking. And now if my opponent doesn't draw a removal spell for Merit Lage, like another Path or Swords to Plowshares, then next turn I sacrifice Glacial Chasm and attack for the win. So that's the hope anyway. I would also die if my opponent did something like cast another Siege right now. Alright, I got it. That was a close, interesting one. So, Sphere of Resistance does not do anything we're looking for. Don't think I want Bojuka Bog. Definitely don't want Zern Orb. Crozen Grip, I didn't see any targets for. Dismember is appealing. Surgical's not great. I could Needle Planeswalkers, but I don't love it. Especially, my opponent probably has Pernicious Deed. I could preemptively Needle that, but my opponent has Abrupt Decay for the Needle, so it doesn't seem like a good thing to rely on. So I think the only thing that's interesting is Dismember for the Siege Rhinos. But I guess Dismember is likely a better Abrupt Decay based on what I saw. So I think I just do that straight substitution. Tabernacle is not great in this matchup. My opponent has creatures, but they all cost a lot of mana, and my opponent's not going to have a lot of them in play. Tabernacle is probably bad. I think I probably want either Surgical, Abrupt Decay, Needle, or just Bojuka Bog as a land over it. I'm just going to go with the Bog. I don't expect... Do I really just want come into play tapped, get a mana? It can potentially eat a Cabal Therapy, I guess. That's what I'm going to go for. These other cards are not impressive. Let's see, this hand... I like having Mox Diamond and Wasteland. I don't have a Loam or Crucible or way to find them. But I do have Crop Rotation, and I think this hand's good enough. Let's see. I think I just play Bojuka Bog here so that I can potentially play Mox Diamond, discard a land, and Abrupt Decay with my opponent's Deathrite Shaman. I don't want to expose anything to getting Deathrite Shaman, so I'm hoping that my opponent plays like a fetch land and uses Deathrite Shaman so that it can't eat any of my stuff. Or maybe even just attacks with Deathrite Shaman, that'd be great. Alright, so I have to let something go. That's okay though. I think I discard Glimmer Post, and then I have to decide if I want to wasteland my opponent or not. I'm one turn away from playing a Thought-Knot Seer right now, which I really like. I think I leave my opponent with the lands they have. Another Mox Diamond doesn't really help me. I can crop rotation for what's it called? Eldrazi land, which I guess is worth doing. Hi, Vugan. Bunch of stuff that needs green mana, not surprisingly. Let's see, a single green allows Scavenging Ooze, Deed, and Sylvan Library. What am I most afraid of from among those things? I think it's actually Pernicious Deed, because then one more land would allow my opponent to kill both Thought-Knot Seers. It's possible that I was supposed to just go for both Siege Rhinos and play as if my opponent's going to draw the mana. But then my opponent just deeds away both of my Thought-Knot Seers, and I haven't really gotten anywhere. I guess I should Wasteland the Savannah. Yeah, because I can Wasteland Savannah and play Thought-Knot Seer. That seems very good. I think I just take the Scavenging Ooze, strain my opponent with a bunch of things that are hard to cast. This is an interesting match. The first game was, I basically just played the lands game of establishing a 20/20 and buying time with Glacial Chasm. And here I'm playing the Eldrazi game of mana denial and 4/4 threats. So certainly this first match is highlighting the diversity of kinds of games this deck is capable of playing. I assume that's going to name Thespian Stage. So I attack with these two. And I think I just crop rotation for Wasteland. And waste my opponent's Caracas so that my opponent can't cast white removal. Usually when lands wins, it involves a bunch of lands being in play, but here it's just some 4/4 smashers. Interesting situation.